All right, and welcome into episode 2 of the Paul Farrington Show. Paul Farrington joined alongside Jack Weinberger, Andrew Keenan, and for the first time, we now have Ziggy Ziegler not in studio, but on Zoom in studio, right in front of us on a television. We'd like to thank Michael, head of creativity, I think we made him. Yeah, head of creativity, and Jeffrey, our new intern.
If he gave himself the role, it doesn't count, Paul. You can't give yourself a role.
I think I gave it to him, but we have our intern Jeffrey and Zach, executive producer, the best in the business. Thanks for scurrying on over. Now, guys, I know that we still have no background decoration here, but I promise you, once we have it set up, it's going to look beautiful. We don't have anything quite like Ziggy right now with literally a full bedroom. But let's jump in right away. Why wait? Preseason week 1 is finished. The Vikings miserable loss, but we don't need to talk about them for now. We're going to give you our best player, or at least someone who caught our eye during the preseason. And, I may as well start. I'm going to go with Trey Lance of the 49ers. He was, I believe, in for 2 drives, one with a field goal, one resulting in a deep touchdown. I have to say I've questioned the move of the 49ers to bring him in and let Jimmy Garoppolo walk. And there's 2 cases in recent NFL history, or fairly recent NFL history, that I'd like to apply here. One of which, the Vikings in 2017 get to the NFC Championship with Case Keenum. They decide to go for the big fish in Kirk Cousins, or who they believed was the big fish. And we see that hasn't really panned out. The other example, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. So I know that's taken things to a whole nother level.
Well, you also could put in Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes.
Sure, Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, that's another great one. So there are examples in recent history of replacing a quarterback and with a successful quarterback and having someone come in and dominate very quickly. But I'm still maybe it's because I'm a Vikings fan, I'm a little concerned with a guy who's been to 2 of the past 3 NFC Championship games, just letting him walk. It's a bold move for the 49ers, but if anything, from week 1, it looks like Lance could be the real deal.
Well, I think that it just might all boil down to the 49ers thinking, like, listen, Garoppolo's brought us to these deep runs in the playoffs, and he can't get over the hump. So we have a great defense. We run the ball extremely well. We have a good coach. We have all of this. Maybe the missing piece could be that quarterback. So, they're taking a shot on it. I respect it. Garoppolo has a big contract, so we're going to see what happens to him in the upcoming weeks. But I like it. I thought Trey Lance also was very, very good.
You hear what Jimmy G said, too. It was an awkward situation. Felt uncomfortable with last season in San Francisco. I think the tables are turning now. Trey Lance he's showed a lot of promise, young kid, and I think he's the future of that squad.
Listen, it's very tough to play when you have someone sitting right behind you. I guess me personally, when I played sports, if I had someone on the bench right there waiting, I can mess up. Someone like Paul. So I'm up there, whatever, playing basketball. I know if I make one mistake, Paul's coming in for me. I play significantly worse. The longer your leash is, the more your coach trusts in you, the better you play. Jimmy Garoppolo knew that as soon as they picked Trey Lance third, this was probably his last year. So I'm excited to see what happens.
You're right. That's exactly how it played out in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers got some competition behind him, immediately crumbled, didn't return to anything resembling his form, and now Jordan Love is the MVP starting quarterback for the Packers, right?
Yeah. No, sure. Ziggy, though, one thing that I'd like to bring up about Garoppolo and Lance is that Jimmy G's loved in the locker room. People love to play for Jimmy G. They loved having him there. And I think sometimes what's overlooked is that camaraderie and that community that can form. It can almost be lightning in a bottle with teams during individual seasons. So even though Lance is probably more talented than Jimmy G and has more potential, you do lose a bit of the leadership and you obviously lose the experience. So let's real quick just go through. If you were San Fran, would you have moved on from Jimmy G? I like to gamble, so I would like to say I'd say yes, but it's close.
I would 100% say yes because Jimmy G may need to be the Jets' backup plan.
I go with Trey Lance too.
Ziggy?
I go Trey Lance
too.
I
mean, I like winning championships more than I like winning 11 regular season games.
All right,
so
come on. The dude made Super Bowl and NFC Championship game past 3 years.
Yeah, remember what happened in that Super Bowl? Jimmy Garoppolo's weaknesses got exposed and the 49ers lost.
Well,
I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm saying he's regularly shown that his ceiling is not Super Bowl.
Yes.
Because in the biggest
one
moments,
thing
he
I
doesn't
remember
get
with
it done.
him is the overthrow of Emmanuel Sanders. That's my lasting impression. All right, why don't we swing it over to Jack? Go ahead, Jack. Who impressed you preseason week 1? Because we all know you watched every single game.
Oh, of course, Paul. I had my first bet of the football season. Steelers -3.5.
Did you see
at
it? Did
home
you bet
against
it?
Seattle? Bang, 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 bang. 1-0. That was a lock. That was a lock, right?
Bet preseason football.
Yeah, of
And
course.
Jack, guess what? Guess who also had their first winning bet? Jets +1. Bang, 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 bang.
Let's clap it up, baby. Let's clap it up.
Look at Ziggy.
I mean, the boys are on fire. The boys are just on fire.
I'm not clapping for this. I'm not clapping for this.
Well, I'm going to start by saying no place I enjoy being more than sitting here in our producer Zach's garage alongside these handsome faces. Now we got Ziggy here. Our audience, our beautiful audience.
It is
And,
hot.
It's real hot.
It is hot down. It is hot down here. But I'm waiting, a week for this, and happy to be back.
And great
for
attire, as
episode
usual,
2.
Jack.
My favorite college player over here, Javon Carter. Let me show the camera here.
There you go. There you go.
Press Virginia. This man plays defense.
We
I
know where
like
the cameras are now. We know.
So anyway, so that I'm going back to Steel City. I mean, how about George Pickens and Kenny Pickett? How about those guys?
Impressive.
I mean, that is one hell of a thing to see there in the Steel City. Kenny Pickett, first snaps in the NFL, 13 for 15 in one quarter, game-winning drive. George Pickens, tough, 6'3", 200-pound dude out of the SEC with 43 yards on 3 catches, touchdown.
A lot of people
Incredible
think
stuff.
he could have been a
Incredible
first-round
stuff.
pick if he didn't have his injury history at Georgia. He has first-round talent for sure.
I would say absolutely. And he and Kenny Pickett, early, one game, he burned in a little AAC corner, in Kobe Bryant. He really showed SEC versus AAC right there. It's not a jab. Not a jab to our audience. Not a jab. It's not a jab.
Michael's a big Cincinnati fan.
It's early, but that's a good thing to see, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. All the quarterbacks played well. Rudolph played well. He threw the dime to George Pickens in the back corner of the end zone. Trubisky played well. I believe he threw a touchdown as well. And, Ben's gone. A lot of hate right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it's a good thing to see. Good thing to see week 1.
What happens when week 1 Mike Tomlin plays him 11 snaps?
He's going to catch 11 balls.
Okay.
And then his performance, his reps will increase week by week.
So you're saying George Pickens week 1 1,000 or 100% routes run to passes caught.
George Pickens will have a solid week 1 in minimal minutes and then start to grow.
Okay.
But I love what I saw out of the young kid week 1. Very promising.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers, how about the way that we draft? Am I right? How
you're
about the way we
very
draft,
impressive.
especially wide receivers? Am I right? Promising stuff. Kenny Pickett.
Let's see him get an NFL catch before we start talking about how great the Steelers
Thank
are.
you.
drafting.
Thank you,
'Cause
Ziggy.
What I saw was a guy with character
college team,
issues
Ziggy?
doing the Antonio Brown dance. That's what I saw. I did not see the receiver of the future.
Are the
Last
Seattle
year,
Seahawks a college team?
the Seattle Seahawks in the preseason are basically a college team. Yeah.
Jack,
That's
let me ask
what
you one
preseason
question.
is.
One question before we kick it
Kenny
over to
Pickett
Ziggy.
too, guys. I mean,
This is
that was
the
something to
question.
see.
You're an emotional, delusional Steelers fan,
Some would
correct?
say.
Yeah, some would say.
Most would say.
So,
Some
you
would
know,
say.
Pickett goes and blows the roof off the building. Between him, Trubisky, and Rudolph, which one of the three are you rooting for to have the starting job by the middle of the season? Because I think Trubisky's going to get it. Would you like to see? I mean, obviously, I guess you want Trubisky to keep the job.
No,
and
I
play
think
well.
you gotta go for Pickett. You can't sit there and lie.
But
and say you want Trubisky.
that means Trubisky's playing really poorly.
Or that means Pickett is lit it up in the preseason. They're 3-3, and the fans start waving the towels, and Pickett runs on from the sideline.
Okay,
and ignites
yeah,
the
3-3
season.
I could go. So,
I mean,
Jack, who are you rooting for?
He just painted a glorious picture in my head. I see it right now. I see them running out of that tunnel in Heinz Field.
Gold helmets shining in the sun.
They're-
Not Heinz Field.
Allagash White Stadium. What is it called?
I'm never
This is
calling
how you
it
know
Acrisure.
Jack's a Steelers fan,
I'm never
right?
calling it Acrisure Stadium in my life. Never.
This is how you know Jack's a Steelers fan. Is the vision of glory in his head is his team at 500.
Ziggy, why don't you stay down in Virginia, right? Stay down in Virginia, okay?
All right, Ziggy, let's go with
But,
you.
uh,
Who impressed you? You have a closing
I was
thought?
going to say, I want
Finish painting the picture, please.
Yeah.
Picasso in my head right now.
I want Mitch as our starting quarterback, and I want to see him succeed. I want to see Pickett sit a year behind him, and Mitch takes to the playoffs. And maybe win MVP. But I do think Pickett will have a good...
Save it for the MVP section. Save it for the MVP section.
I think Pickett has a good pro career.
Okay. We'll get to our dark horse MVP picks. If you say Mitch Trubisky, I'm walking out. Show's over. All right, Ziggy, go ahead. Who impressed you week 1?
I'll tell you who impressed me. I'm always paying attention to usage because players that get a lot of usage tend to have very good seasons. How about Travis Etienne? Coming off a Liz Frank injury, not minor. Jaguars play their starters for 25 snaps. How many touches does he get? 12. So he's on the field for 22 snaps. He gets 12 touches, 9 carries, 3 receptions. Now, was he especially impressive with those? No, he averaged like 3 yards a carry.
The question was, who most impressed you?
No. Let me finish. What impressed me wasn't what he did with the carries, but the fact that off an injury, never playing in the NFL, he's immediately doing some work and looking decent with a lot of touches. So I'm going to expect the Jaguars to use a lot of him. And I think given his profile, given his speed, given his elusiveness, I think he's going to have a great year.
Ziggy, are you a fantasy football guy?
Not much, no.
Oh, no. Hold on a second. Andrew, hold on. Let me answer that question. Guess who Ziggy manipulated to get in our fantasy football draft this weekend? Travis Etienne.
Paul, I asked about it on Reddit, and everybody said I was getting scammed. So
you're in the Reddit threads talking fantasy football, and you just said that you're not a fantasy football guy.
I'm not that into fantasy. I care more about. Call me Bill Belichick because I care a lot more about real football. Fantasy football is just a chance for me to show how much more I know about football than Paul.
One of our friends in the league, he's been in the league for a while, but he's not a football savant or anything. Ziggy texts him on the side. Of course, Ziggy initiated the conversation. We're in our rookie draft, okay? Rookie draft. Picks 11, 12 here. Ziggy trades the 12th pick and the first pick of the second round for Travis Etienne?
Yeah.
So who do you know who Farrell wound up drafting with those picks?
No, I don't. It was 2 running backs. One of them was Rashad
So you got
White.
2 backup running backs for Etienne, and now you come on the show here and you say Etienne impresses you. It does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, sorry, Paul. I trade for players I think are good. Yeah.
To be fair, Ziggy did get Jamar Chase last year and predicted a breakout season.
I got Farrell drafted Javonte Williams last year, and I traded him Darrell Henderson for Javonte. So.
Yeah, you just
I know how to
this poor
identify
guy.
running backs.
Yeah, you do. All right, Andrew, go ahead. Who impressed you?
Well, Ziggy, maybe, on the Reddit threads, you can ask about Dameon Pierce of the Houston Texans because he's who impressed me. The Texans are a bad football team. We all know this.
You watched the whole game, of course.
I watched the whole game, snap by snap. When I watched Lovie Smith run out with the third stringers, trying to motivate them, that impressed me. However, Dameon Pierce, he had some good cuts. What impressed me was he got hit in the backfield a couple times, made something out of nothing, something that the Jets running backs. Breece Hall also impressed me. However, unlike Jack, I will not have bias every single week on this show. And there's already a Jets segment, so we can wait for that later. But Dameon Pierce looked good. I think it was 5 carries, some 51 yards maybe, something like that. Moved up my fantasy rankings.
He's been a fantasy sleeper throughout much of this offseason, Dameon Pierce.
He's not a fantasy sleeper.
He's not.
No, rookie running backs in a Patriot system are not sleepers.
You don't think
Nick
he's
Caserio.
Well, thank God he's on the Texans, not on the Patriots.
System. Nick Caserio is going to force the Texans to run a Patriot system and feed the corpses of veteran running backs the ball. Guys like David Johnson, Carlos Hyde, that's who the Texans have been running with for a while. That's not changing.
Wait. Back it up.
I'm lost.
The Patriots old running back coach is now on the Texans.
No, the Patriots general manager is on the Texans. Nick Caserio is their director of player development, but functionally the GM. Yeah, he's
the director of player management, and he's going to align the running back depth chart. That's what you're saying.
He did it last year. They keep putting out these garbage veteran running backs and running them into the grave. It's not going to change. And you'll notice immediately after Caserio leaves, that's when Ramondre breaks out.
Okay, so
he'll make it back.
There you go. You have Dameon Pierce, you have Trey Lance, Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, and Travis Etienne. So they impressed us week 1. We'll touch on some guys after week 2 of the preseason. Of course. Now, Andrew, are you doing okay?
No.
A little scary this weekend?
So I'd like to paint my weekend.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I was in the beautiful, we'll go with city of LBI, Long Beach Island for those who are in other states. I was sitting around a fire with friends and family, drinking my Busch Light, my Bud Light, my Jack Daniels, all these drinks.
A lot of names being said on the podcast right now.
Well,
not sponsored
nothing
by
being
any of
shown.
these.
We'll be sponsored soon.
Oh, Busch Light.
However, I'm just painting the picture.
Go ahead, yeah.
I'm waiting all day. I'm playing a beer pong game, 7:30. I have to go in and watch the Jets. My dad all day, he's ranting, preseason doesn't matter. The Jets over wins is going to hit, but we can't have another tackle get hurt. And I was like, Dad, you can't look at it this way because anyone could get hurt. If Zach Wilson gets hurt, the season's over.
Of course he said that.
No, word for word what I said.
Of course he said that.
Then word for word what he said is, no, I think Joe Flacco can win the games for us. Then we go in, we watch the first drive. Zach Wilson pick immediately, which is fine. Again, I do not care about preseason stats. Doesn't mean anything to me. Someone who's played sport at a college level. Sometimes in preseason you're told, like, let's work on this. Let's do this. Doesn't matter.
So
Don't
Zach
care.
was just testing things.
Yeah, well, you could say, you know what, on this route we want you to throw it here. Whatever. I don't know. Don't care. So next drive, Zach Wilson scrambling right in a preseason game, which I don't even want him playing in. Get him on the sideline, put him in bubble wrap. He cuts back for who knows why, to gain an extra 2 yards in the preseason against the Eagles. I don't care. Run out of bounds, take a sack, do whatever, stop with this. And his knee gets hurt. At this time, an NFL account who I have blocked and who, as soon as I go into the Paul Farrington account's Twitter, I will be blocking them, NFL Rumors, they tweet out Zach Wilson has torn their ACL. Don't know how you could tweet something out when you have no facts. This same account tweeted out
that blew up. Everyone thought he tore his ACL.
Well, I didn't because I knew that account is fraud.
Okay.
This account also said that Joe Flacco's outplaying Zach Wilson in training camp. Well, okay, who told you that? NFL Rumors. You're at the practices? Yeah, no. So basically, long story short, he hurt the same knee he hurt last year. It's either going to be 2 to 4 weeks of the season. Tomorrow he has surgery. Jets are optimistic it's 2 to 4 weeks, but it is the Jets. Wouldn't put it against them to go in, everything's torn, and he's out for season.
Or they tear the ACL.
Andrew, you know that Joe Flacco is elite. I mean, the man has a ring, and he played an AFC chip his rookie year.
Well, listen.
I think he's an elite QB.
No. I think Joe Flacco is an upper echelon backup quarterback, and I think that if Zach Wilson's sidelined for 1 or 2 weeks, I think Joe Flacco week 1 against the Ravens at home is a storybook W, and Jack knows. Jack knows.
Andrew knows I like those scripts. I like those narratives. I would be on the Jets that day.
Let's see, because he looks just...
Ziggy's in his gangrene shirt.
Ziggy, I also heard you're a Jets fan.
For posterity here, I got to put out a take. Zach Wilson is not going to be the most successful Wilson quarterback. Like, in his family, his little brother Isaac Wilson is going to have a better NFL career than him. His brother Isaac's in high school. That is how
we can't be predicting. I don't think we're in the position to be predicting high schoolers being better than current NFL quarterbacks.
I am.
We're going to pick.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Zach Wilson gets knee surgery. He wasn't good before. Knee surgery is not going to make him better. Dude can't play.
That's as straight as it gets.
Ziggy, you don't think Zach Wilson's good?
What's the evidence he's good?
The last 5 weeks of the season last year. That's all we really have to go off of.
So he was good for the last 5 weeks. Therefore, we should believe he's going to be a successful Jets quarterback. Have we heard that argument before for a highly drafted Jets quarterback?
Well, you were the one who before said we can't rate Pickens yet because he hasn't caught an NFL pass. So I'm just...
Yeah, but Zach Wilson's played some NFL games. I'm just saying, if you're a Jets fan, you got to remember the pattern of a Jets quarterback who looks good for the last 5 games of the season and then starts missing games. Does that remind you of anyone?
Well, Ziggy, we've never had a good quarterback. So, I mean, we had Mark Sanchez, but Chad Pennington...
I mean,
we have been bad for 50
right
years. We've been bad for 50 years. 50. So, it's not like, oh, yeah, the Jets have had horrible quarterbacks for 50 years.
All right. What he's saying, though, is he's saying that Jets fans get excited because Mark Sanchez gets to the AFC Championship game or Sam Darnold has a good end of the season.
Well, we should have won that. We should have won a
Sure,
Super Bowl.
but they get excited for the quarterback and then...
In Pittsburgh.
And then you realize...
No. Let's pump brakes for a second. No. We were up 24-0 in that game.
No, we don't need to talk about that game. You won.
Okay.
But he's just saying that you've had quarterbacks before who have come through that you get excited
Sam
for.
Darnold never had a stretch of 5 weeks like Zach Wilson's last 5 weeks last year.
Yeah, he did, actually. The last 5 weeks of his rookie season were incredible.
Look up the stats, compare them to Zach Wilson's. Zach Wilson was better.
We'll look at that next week.
We'll have to have a fact check. I'm not quite sure who to believe.
Fact check that.
Would you call me nuts if I said I'd rather have Joe Flacco as my quarterback than Zach Wilson?
Yes.
So you agree on that? Zach shaking. Everyone in the building is shaking their head.
I don't agree. Zach Wilson at least has upside.
Yeah, I'd agree. Okay.
We can move on.
We can move on. So we'll close out the episode. This has been a discussion in our chat throughout the day.
Wait, can we shout out our boy first?
Yeah. We believe that we have our first fan, actually, like maybe a regular listener. So
We need a names for our listeners, which we don't have yet.
We want to shout out our fan, Jake Murphy.
Jake Murphy.
Does anyone know him? I don't know.
Whoever you are and wherever you're from, thank you. You're the first of many.
We do appreciate it. We really do appreciate
Keep posting it, sharing it, telling the friends.
I think it's a prank. I think it's someone that we know has.
And listen, if it is a prank, thank you, because you're giving us views, and
Yeah, no, I mean, but Jake
Guys,
Murphy.
you know what they say.
If you exist, thank you.
Everybody remembers their first. So thank you, Mr. Murphy.
We will be talking about
Frame picture of Jake right there.
Jake, if you'll be listening to this because you're a valued YouTube subscriber, please in the comments write if we can print out a picture of you and put it behind us as our first fan.
Yeah, so thank you, Jake.
Wall of fans.
Yeah, the wall of fans.
The wall of fans.
The wall of fans.
Yeah, I mean that's or maybe right there we have like our Hall of Fame fans.
The wall of Farrington fans.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, we'll think of something.
The wall of Farrington.
Head of creativity, get on that.
Thank you, Head.
All right, so
An intern, help him out.
Yeah. So the last topic that we're going to talk about here.
Yankees down 1-0.
I have it up on FanDuel right now. I'm about to live bet him plus 150.
Should I live bet them as well?
Hop on.
All the live
here we go,
viewers,
folks.
please.
Jack, that's
Here we
a
go.
mistake.
Live on our
Yay or nay?
show.
I have
now.
plus
Yay or nay?
162.
I have that right now too. We going in?
How many units? 8?
8 units. Let's bang it.
You all right there, Ziggy?
One zip, top
I've
7.
got something we can splice in.
The boys are going in.
All right, so you go ahead. Then we'll get to Dark Horse.
Do you just want to compare I can compare the Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold stats for you right now.
Uh-oh,
Are you
Andrew.
interested? Last 4 games of the season.
I want every stat.
And here.
Passing yards, Sam Darnold, 942.
No. I want numbers.
He's giving him. Go ahead.
Passing yards, Sam Darnold, 942. Passing yards, Zach Wilson, 591. Touchdowns,
Fine.
Sam Darnold, 6. Zach Wilson, 3. Interceptions, 0 for both. Good for them. Yards per attempt, Zach Wilson, 6. Sam Darnold, 7.5. It's not close. Sam Darnold
Where's the
massively
rushing?
outperformed him.
Where's the rushing?
Oh,
You don't remember that
rushing
run
yards?
against the Jaguars? Wilson's flying down the sideline and again doesn't know how to run out of bounds, which I hope he's learned his lesson. Cuts back in. You remember that, Zach? You remember that? Yeah, you do. Look at his face.
Zach Wilson had
Look at his face.
135. Sam
pretty
Darnold
good.
had 98. So you're right.
many
He's got like 40 more rushing yards in exchange for
than I thought.
400 passing yards.
How many
You're right.
touchdowns, though, on the ground?
The touchdown, Sam Darnold had 1, Zach Wilson had 2.
There we go. That takes the cake right there.
All right, so I guess it's split.
I see you in that jet green, Ziggy. I know you're a fan.
My
Why
dad's
don't
a
we,
Jets fan, but what do you know?
Why don't we
so are
end
you.
now with our Dark Horse MVPs here? I don't want to start this one, so why don't we kick it?
Let's give
over
it to the stat man. Stat man
let's give it
Ziggy.
over to Ziggy. Go ahead, Ziggy. Who's your Dark Horse MVP? Now, by Dark Horse, I just mean like don't give me Herbert or Mahomes or Josh Allen. Like give me someone who's a real Dark Horse here.
You know what we also need? Sorry, before you start, we need somewhere to put like these takes. So
Predictions and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
like how they do on the Inside the NBA.
Jake Murphy, if
Yeah.
you wanna send over, right?
Are you Jake Murphy?
No, I'm not Jake Murphy.
Are you? Are you commenting on your own podcast from burner accounts?
No. I am not. I promise you, I'm not Jake Murphy.
Because I might start doing that.
Ziggy, go ahead.
When you're looking for MVPs, you look for a storyline with a famous player on a winning team. That player is Aaron Donald. You got the Rams, who are probably first in the NFC. If not first, second, if not second, third, probably win their division. You look at storylines, all-time great player, just won the Rams a Super Bowl, coming back to wreak vengeance on the NFL. And then you're looking at impact. Aaron Donald put away the Super Bowl. If the Rams are in a few tight games, I could easily see some big sacks putting away games in the NFC. Aaron Donald's extremely unlikely, but you can
Do you
get
have
him
his
at
odds?
100 wins 50,000. I honestly think those odds are incredibly undervalued for a guy who's got a legitimate chance to be the first
he is
defensive
plus-
NFL
look,
MVP in a long time.
The best defender in football, 500 to 1.
That's coming from a Steelers fan, too.
That's a
yes,
no
yes.
TJ Watt?
I would probably take Aaron Donald over TJ Watt.
Oh, no, I mean, you have to.
I think
You have
TJ Watt's
to.
probably number 2. But
You have to take Donald.
I would
And
probably
Ziggy,
take out,
I think
yeah.
Ziggy would take that too.
And
As
this guy
great.
just called me a biased Steelers fan.
No,
over
you're
here.
anything
You came out of
but
my
biased.
mouth.
You're anything but
You I just said.
Yes, one of the best defensive players ever. You want him on your team.
And I would take another one who's phenomenal, number 2.
Ziggy, I think that's a really good bet.
One of the best ever. Number 2.
Ziggy, do you know, without Googling, because we can't see what you're doing over there, do you know the only 2 players who have ever won MVP as a defensive player?
Lawrence Taylor, Alan Page, right?
There you go. Yeah. Yep. There it is.
I mean, how can you
This man-
forget
this man
Lawrence
knows it all.
Taylor, greatest player of all time? And how can you forget Alan Page, greatest Viking of all time?
Yeah, perhaps a top 5 defender of all time.
You think Lawrence Taylor's the greatest player of all time?
I say greatest defender of all time.
Oh, defender,
But yeah,
okay.
he's also the greatest player of all time.
I like that. Ziggy. It would take a monstrous season. We all know that. He'd have to set the sack record. The Rams would have to probably be the 1 seed. Like, everything would have to go right. But for dark horse, yeah, I like it.
I mean,
Are you telling me there's not a 0.2% chance that happens?
Well, I think there's a 0% chance, but it's a good dark horse.
I mean, it's
It's a
not
real
it's,
dark
It's not a
horse.
defensive award. It's near impossible.
Defensive player of the year.
But seriously, if
Right.
anyone were to do it since Lawrence Taylor, Aaron Donald would probably be the right choice.
I think Sauce Gardner, but agree to disagree.
All right, Andrew, go ahead. Who's your dark horse?
I
we don't
actually-
know
Wilson.
actually.
I actually know who my. No, it's not Zach Wilson because I'm
Elijah
unbiased.
Mitch
Elijah Moore might win Offensive Player of the Year, but he won't win MVP.
or Pickens.
Mine, oh yeah, 100%. My dark horse is Matt Ryan at 60 to 1. $100 to win $6,000. The Colts have one of the best defenses in the NFL. They have various offensive weapons. We got a good running back room. We got
Like,
Naheem
great running
Hines,
back.
Phillip Lindsay. Is Marlon Mack still hurt?
They have Jonathan Taylor.
He's out. I know, but I'm saying opposed to like the big names. Obviously,
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no one else is playing. Jonathan
Alec
Taylor.
Pierce, head of creativity's guy, rookie.
Hell yeah, roll-
Pittman. We
roll
got some
Cats.
players.
Wait,
Roll
hold
Cats.
on. Are you saying the team with a bunch of great running backs and one great receiver is in a good position for the quarterback to win MVP?
Well,
Is that
it's a
the
quarterback.
argument?
It's a quarterback's award. So Matt Ryan, throws 38 touchdowns.
It's a horrible bet, Ziggy. Yeah, it's
But hold on,
an atrocious.
If you were to
bet.
win the AFC South,
If they win, they're going to win the AFC South. They have two free stat padding games against the Jaguars.
it's them or Tennessee. It's them or Tennessee.
I mean, Titans
Hold
own
on.
that.
Stat
division.
padding games against the Jaguars. Did you watch the Colts last year? Did you remember when?
Yeah,
the
I
season
watched them
was
with Carson
completely
Wentz. He's
ruined
the
by
worst quarterback in the
Jaguars?
league.
They lost to Jacksonville.
Yeah, because they had Carson
Great.
Wentz. I think Carson Wentz is the worst quarterback in the NFL.
It makes sense. He can't
The
pick
worst.
Zach Wilson.
The worst.
Yeah. Okay, Ziggy. No, the reason I don't like Matt Ryan.
I can't believe that comment that he just made right in my face.
I don't like Matt Ryan at all.
By the way, I am going to be insufferable when Zach Wilson has like a 375-yard, 4-touchdown game.
If he plays.
He will play. It was a dark horse.
It's a dark horse. I
I
give you
think that Russell Wilson's a better bet. That's probably a bet I will take. And I also like Josh Allen.
Okay. It's just they're just going to run the ball in Indy. That's my thought.
60 to 1.
Their linemen wear caps saying "Run the damn ball" when you're picking a quarterback.
60 to 1.
Dark horse. He's a dark horse for a reason.
I also like Sauce Gardner, whatever those odds are. How many picks get you MVP? 20?
More.
Yeah, it could be more.
All right, Jack, go ahead.
So Paul, my dark horse here, by the way, and I like your picks, Ziggy and Andrew. Dark horse. Well, Ziggy not as much, but yeah, you never know.
Always respectful.
Yeah, I'm a respectful guy, man. I try to be.
He's humble. He's humble.
Jack
And
and I get
I'm
each
gonna
other.
go with Derek Carr. I'm gonna go with Derek Carr at 25 to 1. Look at last year in the span of 1 month, was what happened to Las Vegas with the whole John Gruden resignment and Henry Ruggs and losing Damon Arnett. That video got released. You lost him. Whole bunch of turmoil, whole bunch of drama, and yet through it, Derek Carr, 4,800 yards, most of his career, takes Las Vegas in what's a very good AFC West and a very good AFC, taken to the playoffs for only the second time in the last 19, 20 seasons. Vegas was in the playoffs. Something nuts like that, right?
It's been a lot. Yeah, they had the
Their
13
second time in the
year,
last
but
20
he
years.
got hurt.
He took him to the playoffs. If Derek Carr, if they have another playoff season this year out in Las Vegas, he can pick up some wins against Russell Wilson head-to-head, the Chargers head-to-head, which he did last year. Now he's got his old college buddy Devontae Adams. Those two lit it up in Fresno. That lighted up again in Las Vegas. It's a pretty combo. That's a real pretty combo. And I like Derek Carr. That's some good value.
Well, that's why when I was thinking Russell Wilson, I think you got to have like that defining moment to be MVP. And on the road in Kansas City, whenever they may play, if Derek Carr like is slinging it against Mahomes and outduels him, you know,
if he reaches the playoffs, the Las Vegas, I believe they're plus 600 to win the AFC West. But if they're competitive in that division and competitive in a ridiculous AFC, there's a lot of good value in Derek Carr 25-1.
I think people are forgetting just how big a season Derek Carr had last year. He threw for 4,800 yards.
Best of his career.
Russell Wilson has not once gotten within 600 yards of that.
Yeah, Jack, I love the pick because
I mean, look at Hunter Renfrow.
No, yeah, the weapons are great.
He's got weapons. He's got a good team.
Adams, Waller. People are forgetting about Darren Waller going into this year too.
Darren Waller.
But what I like the most is you briefly alluded to it. If they are able to win the AFC West, that means that he's beaten Mahomes, he's beaten Herbert, he's beaten Wilson. Those guys are all top. They're front runners for the MVP. So outside of Josh Allen, if you're able to knock off that competition, I think he'd probably be in great position. Andrew's gonna sneeze.
No, I thought I was gonna sneeze. I didn't. I was trying to get the mic away, but then I
Good.
alpha the sneeze.
Here's the thing too, right, about Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
And they have a new coach.
It still takes me a while. Right, they do.
Good offensive mind.
Yes, it still takes me a while to remember it's Las Vegas. It's still a little weird to me.
Well, their stadium and the Steelers stadium now is the same name, right? Allagash.
No, we play in Heinz Field. We play in Heinz Field.
Good. Your point.
I lost my track of thought. Oh, here we go. I remembered. I don't think Russell Wilson coming to Denver makes him some ridiculous, unbeatable force like a lot of people think. I'm not surprised at all if the Raiders split with them. If they split with the Chargers. If they split with Kansas City.
I mean, Denver's getting fourth in the division this year.
Yeah, I
that is
probably
a bold claim from Ziggy right off the bat.
What did he say?
I don't know.
Really not a bold
Fourth?
claim.
I totally missed it.
Who do you think they beat?
I totally missed it.
I think that Denver comes in second in that division.
Really?
Yes.
In Kansas City wins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a question. Who do you guys think has the best defense? Because I feel like that's what's going to win.
I feel like
the
Denver
division?
has the best defense.
I feel like
Chargers.
whoever has the best defense will win that league.
Chargers now have Bosa, Mack, James,
JC
Jackson. Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey.
JC Jackson, by the way, I don't want to get started. It will go down a rabbit hole. Is the worst cornerback ever. If
That's for next. This is
you want
the
to hear
next
why?
week topic.
Because if Bill Belichick doesn't re-sign you on defense, first of all, you're not good. Second of all, there was issues with him showing up to meetings and stuff, and Bill Belichick had to rein him in. He's going to go over there and he's going to be in sunny LA. Horrible signing. Heard it here. I want that on the prediction board. JC Jackson.
Jackson, bad season.
Do remember several times he was burned by my favorite Juju Smith-Schuster.
He also gets burned, and Zach Wilson throw it right to him. I mean,
Man's got a point.
All right, so we're all over the place on the AFC West then.
it's going to be the best division.
But
of
I don't even think that Derek Carr necessarily needs to win the AFC West to have an decent MVP chance.
Okay.
I have to say, we talk about the AFC West being crazy. Let's not forget they play the NFC West this year. So there's going to be a lot of good games.
Yeah. That's two good divisions.
By the way, just to go back to something, can I go back to something real quick?
May as well.
I've made my way to Jake Murphy's Instagram. He may be 14 years old.
Let's go.
No, we
So Jake, you will not be on the wall of fame. However,
Can I say one thing?
thank you for listening.
Everyone wants to say one thing.
This guy, one thing means two, and that means three. We all know how to deal with it. This guy, Jake Murphy, I see a follow request to my personal account. And I'm like, oh, sweet, a new follower. And I refresh my followers, and he's just gone. So I don't know if he might have requested me and then just unrequest me, but I'd like that follow request back if he's listening.
Can I see if he follows me?
We don't know if he exists, and he might be 14. So, Ziggy, you make your point.
Gotta
that I'm
stop
giving
making fun of Jake Murphy. Like, have you seen?
We're
his
not making fun of him. We
videos?
love Jake Murphy.
The dude's goated. The dude's goated. I don't want to hear any Jake.
Is he
Murphy
Jake
stuff.
Murphy?
Are you Jake Murphy, Ziggy?
I do not. I do not. I am not.
Conveniently freezes here. All right, I'm going to go into my dark horse now, and I like both of your picks, the quarterbacks. Well, I'm sorry, I don't like your pick. I like your pick, the quarterbacks. Ziggy, I thought defensive player was fun. How about we go with a position group that has never won before? And I'm finally going to bring up my Minnesota Vikings here.
Please bring them up.
Justin Jefferson is plus 15,000 to win league MVP.
Look at this bias, dude. Look at this bias,
No.
dude.
It's a dark horse. Just listen to me. Cooper Kupp last year had the second most receiving yards ever, if I believe. Just fell short of Calvin Johnson. I think Justin Jefferson eclipses 2,000 receiving yards this year. I think the Vikings are going to win the division, and I think that he's going to become one of the faces of the NFL, because I think he's very close to being like what are you trying to mute me, Zach?
No.
Okay, I think that Justin Jefferson is very close to being a face of the NFL with the gritty dance and everything. He's popular in the media. Young guys like him. If he's able to go over 2,000, the Vikings have a successful season, there's a chance that he's considered for MVP.
Paul.
Is that ridiculous?
Paul.
No, it's not ridiculous.
Paul, how many
I think it's
MVP
ridiculous.
votes did Cooper Kupp get last year?
Well, he had one.
Yeah, he got one. And who was it from? It was a guy who said he wasn't voting for Aaron Rodgers because he thought Aaron Rodgers was the biggest jerk in the league.
But listen to me. If Jefferson is able to get 2,000 yards, something no one has ever done before, if the Vikings are really good, and if his popularity continues to grow, like you said, there's a storyline there. But whether you want to admit it or not, him having the gritty dance makes him a very popular figure.
I think he's very popular. The young kids love him.
Well, do you think
He's
that
got
50
he has to be
yards-
unbelievable. He'd have to have
I don't think wide
2,000
receivers
yards,
can win it.
18
Well, do you think that
touchdowns,
60 yards
150
is the difference
receptions.
between one MVP vote and 35?
I think that I think that someone getting 2,000 yards makes a big difference.
If he gets 2,000 yards in 16 games, we can talk.
Sure.
Otherwise, no, I don't think
I want to clarify. It would require probably 150 receptions to break the record, probably 2,000 receiving yards to break the record, and somewhere around 18 touchdowns. Like, it would be a monstrous season. But for plus 15,000, I might throw like $10.
Throw some shekels on that, maybe.
Well, intern Jeff said before, Justin Jefferson is very happy in the new offense in Minnesota. Kevin O'Connell, he said, I now understand why Cooper Kupp was so wide open. The man who set all the records last year, his head coach, his play caller, his savant, is now in Minnesota.
Head coach, the guy who didn't call plays and wasn't the head coach.
I'm sorry. His offensive coordinator,
Who didn't call plays.
one of the savants,
He's
is
not
now
one of the savants.
in Minnesota.
He got water for Sean McVay at halftime. He was not a savant.
Paul, if they win the division, right,
Yeah.
and he has a Calvin Johnson or AB like season,
Kirk wins MVP.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to say that you're banking on also Kirk Cousins to have some picks in there as well.
I mean, here's the thing.
Like-
If Justin Jefferson sets a record in receptions, yards, and touchdowns, he's going to need 150 receptions, 2,000 yards, and 23 touchdowns. Then I think it's open. But unless he sets a record in all three, I think he gets zero.
No. It would and I think he's going to have a huge season. But it would require, the greatest receiving season in the history of football.
The greatest in every category.
The major three: receptions, receiving yards, touchdowns. Yeah. So
We'll see.
we'll see. I mean, Kirk is ready to deal. But
Guys,
that'll
is it bad
wrap it
that,
up.
I was having a football catch today, and I'm 23, almost 24. Having a football
that's not
catch
bad.
with Jeff over here, my brother, our intern Jeff, and my shoulder was sore for the first 10 throws, and now it hurts.
Oh, I can't throw a football 20 yards anymore.
Is that a problem? I can't either.
No, it's a severe problem. I
was
need to go
throwing
to a
the ball.
hospital, a doctor, something. I can't throw the ball
I
anymore.
was throwing the ball. My shoulder was killing me.
Yep.
That's
I
an
think it's
issue.
a problem. I think you got to wait at least 10 more years for that. All right, Ziggy's giving us the sign. We're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in to the second episode of the Paul Farrington Show. We'll be back with the Friday episode, and let's make a habit of this, guys.
Yeah,
Let's
make
do
sure
it.
you like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Jay.
become a super fan.
Become Jake
Jake Murphy does follow me, by the
Become
way.
Jake
So
Murphy.
very evident who his favorite on the cast is. Thank
Wait,
you,
he
Jake.
follows you, but you don't know.
No idea who he is.
Okay.
Didn't even know he followed
See,
me.
I got the request, and it was just gone. I
We
didn't
need
see
more
his
Jake
name.
Murphys.
If Jake Murphy wants to come live in studio, he is welcome.
All right, have a good
The
one.
address is...
We will see you Friday.